All right, who we have here is Shark. We named this little guy Shark, actually girl Shark, I'm sorry. We named her Shark because of her sharp teeth in her mouth and the way they eat their prey. When she comes along something that's just a little bit too big for her, it doesn't bother her. She's kind of like a bulldog or just like a shark. She'll use that big old head here and she'll grab onto the prey. Now as she grabs it, she'll rip her head back and forth and all those sharp teeth in her mouth will rip off a chunk. She'll go ahead and swallow that piece she's got. Now, if it's something that it wasn't enough to kill it immediately, like a small mouse or a snake, she'll wait. It'll crawl off. The bacteria in her mouth is actually a small venom, a very light venom, that eventually will cause the animal to die. So she'll just use her big old tongue there. She's got a nice blue tongue. I don't know if I can get her to stick it out for me. She says nope. She's going to be polite and not stick out her tongue. They got a big blue forked tongue. She'll use that tongue to taste the ground and then chase the prey down, sometimes up to a quarter to a half mile away. And then she'll find that prey and she'll eat it up. Now this is actually still small for Savannah. Their largest size can get to be about 4 feet long. They are actually pretty decent pets. But before you decide to get one for a pet, there again, you guys really need to do your homework on them. Make sure you're ready to commit to what they need. Because these guys don't eat regular food. You can't open up a can of 9 lives and actually feed it to this monitor. Well, you could, but it'd be very bad for it. It would actually cause it damage and actually shorten its life by a couple of years. There, she likes to cuddle. Yeah. But what she actually has to eat is a diet of actually rodents. She prefers mice right now, but later on she may move up to small rats. Some people just don't have the stomach to feed that to an animal. So do your homework and see what that animal eats before you decide to get it. Now, Shark does come out with us to a lot of our school programs. Children love to see her and pet her. She's very pretty. You'd actually find her out in the African Savannah. And her jaws are strong enough to crush apple snails and crustaceans sometimes when the waters are high enough and she can get around them. She's got that big, strong, powerful tail. They have been known to take that tail and whip you with it. It feels kind of like getting hit with a belt. It stings pretty good. It ain't going to kill you, but man, I don't like it when it happens to me. There you go, Sarah. Give her a little bit of a hand there. Now, she does have a pretty good size structure on her head. And on the side, see that big opening? That is her ears. So she does have very good hearing, as most lizards do. Yeah, you smell me, don't you? Now, also in the prey, she's able to withstand the venom of most snakes. So she actually does like to eat snakes every once in a while. And where she comes from in Africa, it's not uncommon for her to come across a cobra or two, usually a black spitter or a spitting cobra, a red spitter. And she has no problems with them. She closes her eyes so she doesn't get the venom in her eyes when they spit at her. And she grabs a hold and shakes them back and forth until she's able to start swallowing them down. Now, she also has the ability to go through feast or famine, just like alligators here in Florida. When there's a lot of food around, she's going to gorge herself and eat as much as she can. Because usually that's one season out of the year. Then she can go almost the rest of the year without food. So what she'll do is she'll hold that in. She'll keep the fat in her belly right here and in her tail, the base of her tail. And she'll hold it in there and then she'll use it up as she needs it until more food comes along. They don't travel a whole lot, but they are pretty cool animals to have. And we like having them around. They do have pretty sharp nails on them though, so you have to keep their nails trimmed. And that sometimes is fun to try. If you've ever tried snipping a 4-foot lizard's nails, it's no fun. It's even worse than doing a dog sometimes. So, I think that's about all we have to say about Shark. He's a pretty cool little critter though.